What's up, Jerry? How's it going, man? All right. Probably a weird time for a lot of people, but can always catch the replay, the recap, catch it on YouTube here in a little while, because I'll try to get it uploaded as quick as I can over there. So, hopefully everybody's doing good. It's Wednesday, hump day. Yeah. It's officially 2025 select release day. Didn't expect any new castle again. Yeah. Sometimes I think they go through their inventory and they're like, oh yeah, I have stickers for this driver, and this driver. And then it's like, we should use those. And then they just put somebody in the product. So, I don't know if that's true or not. I just wonder if that's what happens sometimes. So, all right, here is our list. So this is break number 2512, 2512. This is the select break that I posted last night. All spots are accounted for. We're missing payments from a few people, but there's a reason for that. Several people messaged me. I know Luke and JJ, Todd, Nick, all of those guys had messaged me and said, hey, if I get in the break later, can I just send one payment? I said, absolutely. So those are all unpaid as of now, but that's because they're waiting on the break tonight, which is perfectly fine. No problem whatsoever. With that, no filler, no nothing like that. I just wanted to talk about the checklist, I guess, for just a quick second. As some people are aware, the checklist came out a little bit funkier than what we would have probably anticipated. And there's some drivers that have certain things and don't have certain things and all that jazz. I was asked by several people to add their driver to the checklist, and I blanket told everybody the same thing. I told everybody no. It doesn't mean that I won't consider adding them down the road, but for the guys that got put in the unlisted spot, it's probably a combination of two things. One, popularity, and two, they didn't have enough hits in the product to be listed by themselves. And that's what I really base it off of. If I see a driver that ends up in our fillers, 50% of the time, that tells me they're not very popular. You know what I mean? So, it's not because I don't like the person or don't like their driver or that I'm not trying to pick on anybody or anything like that. It's not Mike trying to be a jerk. It's just there was 136 drivers on the checklist, and that's a lot to even try to do the pairs with. So that's why I went with the unlisted section route. So any questions about that, ask. I'm not saying that I won't be able to rearrange the checklist as we go forward, and we may need to. But for now, that's the reason why it is the way it is. So, all right. As everybody knows, we got another break later tonight at 7. I'll post at 7 o'clock. And so I've got 8 boxes here. We're doing 4 now. The first person that wants to comment and choose which group we use, you can either choose right or left. There's 4 here and 4 here. And we'll do whoever first person that says right or left, that's what we're going with. and then the other 4 we'll use tonight, and then the remaining 4 from this case will be used tomorrow night, and that'll get us through a full case in 2 days. So I just need somebody to choose right or left. Stoney says right, so we're going to go right. Right side for Stoney. I like it. All right, good luck to everybody. I have not watched any breaks, so I'm seeing this stuff for the first time with you guys. I mean, I've seen the, photos of it, but I have not watched anybody open any. Haven't, done anything first off the line related or anything like that. Empty box. These boxes are identical to Donruss, which we explained when Donruss came out, that those boxes were very much like what we were used to for Select. So this first break, we'll kind of take our time. Probably even the second break, kind of take our time a little bit. Not going to rush through anything. I want everybody to see the cards. So we got Tyler Reddick. And just to reiterate for folks, there's 3 levels of base cards. These are Grandstand. The first 100 are Grandstand, and they're supposed to be the easiest to find, the most common. Tricolor Christian Rose. We got an Enfuego William Byron. Filler. And Connor Mozak. That's the track side. Now, these are supposed to be the toughest to hit. The high numbers above 200 are supposed to be the toughest to hit. So just wanted to kind of try to explain this. I'm going to try to keep track of everything and show you guys after we do a box to see how many of each category we end up with. So at least that's what I'm going to try to do. Christian Eckes. That is a pit road because it's in the 100 category. So you've got Grandstand, pit road, and trackside. First auto, Austin Cindric. Select Signatures Purple. 32 out of 49 goes to Brandon Palmer. Hey, Corey, what's up? Brandon Palmer. And then we've got a red Lawless Allen. I think this is red. Which will go to JJ. 20 out of 125. Then you got Alex Bowman and Daniel Dye on the grandstands. Yeah, the design is nice. The design is nice. Grandstand Bill Elliott, Lawless Allen grandstand. This is going to be a silver pit road David Reagan. I'll get better at remembering what's what as we go. Sensations Chandler Smith. And Ben Rhodes, pit road. I don't love that they have them all facing each other. But Chase Briscoe, Kaz Gralla. Silver, Jamie McMurray. Yeah, it does seem like 24 just came out. Numbers, Daniel Suarez, which I kind of like these. I think these are kind of cool. And Luke Fenhouse, pit road. Dale Jr., Connor Zilic. We've got Mark Martin, interesting in the Aaron's 55 car. That's not the car that I normally expect to see Mark Martin show up with. Going to Andy. 20 out of 85 with the pit road. And we've got Ryan Vargas with the race used tire, selective swatches, but cool piece. Cool piece of tire in there at least. Now Vargas is unlisted and we'll go to JJ. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty thick relic. I'm going to see if that fits in a 130. These might actually be one... No, they fit. They're 130s, but man, they are absolutely 130. They're no smaller than whatsoever. And pit road, Nick Sanchez. So again, only one trackside so far. So I want to make sure that everybody understands the rarity between the different sets. Luke Fenhouse, Nick Sanchez. Oh, Cole Custer with the tie-dye. That's going to go to Will Black. And to be clear on the rarity, 10 of 25 for Custer. When I talk about the rarity between the sets, when you get into the different parallels, the rarity kind of goes out the window. The rarity that I'm speaking of is specifically to the base cards. Because when you get into the parallels, there's no more of one than another. So I guess I should have explained this at the beginning, but I'm going to explain it right now since we've found one finally. These tandem draft cards, what we're going to do with breaks is we're going to do one random at the end, and it'll be left or right. And whichever driver is on that side, that for all of those cards, it'll either go to all the lefts or all the rights. That way, everybody's getting a chance, but we don't have to do, 6 or 8 different randoms. Pit Road, Dale Jr. I don't know, Victor. If it's not numbered, I don't know. But I do know that the trackside parallel, once you're beyond base, the trackside parallel is no more rare than any other parallel. So what I'm trying to say is a gold grandstand, a gold pit road, and a gold trackside, same rarity because they're all printed to 10. And they all have the same drop rate according to the Panini's rep. 124 or 175. Blue Zane Smith goes to Andrew Haywood. Numbers Riley Herbst and Casey Kane pit road. For the set builders, this set is going to be a challenge. No doubt about it. Jeremy Clements, Jesse Love, Tricolor Riley Herbst. Oh, we might have a nice one here. And Fuego Gold, 8 out of 10. And Fuego Gold, SVG. So just because... I don't even know where I was going with that, but that's sweet. The Golden Fuego SVG. Yeah, correct, Victor. Some parallels are only in certain categories as well. But what I'm trying to say is the rep explained that once you get to colored parallels, the rarity goes out the window, basically. It's just whatever the print run is. So if it's numbered to 25 or if it's numbered to 50, if it's not numbered at all but it's a color, then it's probably not a short print or anything. That's sweet. Yeah, they did say that the NASCAR logos would fall about 3 to 4 per case, like JR just said. So if they're not numbered, that's about how often you're going to see them. I don't think you're talking like a super high end, you know what I mean? Like not a super short. Ken Schrader, Ryan Preece. And then we got a white Daniel Suarez. Those are nice looking. The white is really sharp. Going to Andrew Haywood. 80 out of 99. Number is Ryan Blaney. And Pit Road DW. Frankie Muniz. Josh Berry. And, oh, I like that a lot. Lime green, Jimmy Johnson. Going to JR. $25 of 75. And I believe for the rainbow builders, there's like a couple of the sets. You could have like 23 or 25 different color parallels between everything. And Fuego Cindric, Kevin Harvick, Pit Road. So there's just a lot. There's a lot to unpack with these, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those collectors that has a bunch of drivers. You know, I collect several drivers that don't really have autos in this. And I'm kind of looking at it from a different perspective. I'm kind of looking at it from, that's okay. You know, there's still plenty of other stuff I can chase, you know, with golds and short prints and zebras and tigers and all that. And it sort of preserves the value of the autographs that are already made to a degree. So I don't hate that as long as they don't exclude drivers all the time, I don't hate that they leave somebody out here and there. Silver Butterbean Queen. Sensations Reddick. Kyle Busch. Should have our last hit in this pack. Matty D. Mark Martin. We got a purple Clint Boyer. That's nice. Going to JJ. 12 out of 199. And then we've got 16 out of 35. William Sawalich autographed memorabilia. Going to Sea Salt. Nice hit, Andrew. Very nice. And then Sheldon Creed Pit Road. So that's the end of one box. So let me show you guys so that I explain what I'm talking about. Here are all the grandstand cards. Grandstand goes up to 100. So, you know, 1 through 100. So that's how many grandstands. Here's how many Pit Road. And these are 101 to 199. So you can see far less, about a third, You know, there's about 3 times as many of these as these, right? I just want you guys to see this. And then when we get to trackside, there was 2. And Panini was very, very, poignant, wanting to make sure that this point got across to all the collectors. So I'm trying to do my part to share this and show it. Those are the 3 levels of base cards. So trackside is the most rare, pit road is the next, and then of course kind of your normal base is going to be grandstand. So just to kind of give a visual for everybody, and I'll do that at the end too. I'm going to try to keep the stacks separate till the end of the break to give a better visual. But just wanted to really try to emphasize that. Like I said, they really wanted to get that point across, so. All right, Connor Zillich, Chase Briscoe, purple Tanner Gray. That'll go to JJ. $100 out of $199. I do love the design of these this year. I love this design. Super nice. Numbers Kevin Harvick. Pit Road Jeff Gordon. And they used the true rainbow Jeff Gordon car. They've definitely changed up some photos for some of these guys. Kaz Grala, Bill Elliott, Silver Danica, Butterbean and Fuego, and Matty D. Lawless Allen, Alex Bowman, red color match Ty freaking Gibbs, going to Michael Amundsen, 104 of 125. That's a nice color match. And we got the select signatures Tony Breidinger going to Tim Mays. We'll swap out Tony for Cindric. Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, you guys know the drivers I collect, and a lot of the drivers I collect don't have autos. But for me, there's still plenty of intrigue and interest. So, Daniel Dye, Tyler Reddick, silver trackside. So, this is the perfect example. A silver trackside isn't more rare than any other silver, just because it's a trackside. Because silvers fall in the boxes at the same rates, according to Panini. Sensations, Briscoe, Alan Kulwicki, it's hard to comprehend or to understand that, I guess. Junior. It took me a while to kind of sit down and be like, okay, I get this now. And so it's red Bubba Wallace going to Paul Wolf, 78 out of 125. Sensations SVG and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That's definitely a different car for Ricky than I'm used to seeing. I wonder if they get to ask. I wonder if Panini asks the drivers and the drivers get any input on which car they use for like sponsor purposes. White, Michael McDowell. Man, the whites are really clean. These white parallels are really nice. McDowell going to Will Black. 90 and 99. No, I get it. I get it, Scott, for sure. Trackside Action Signatures, Joe Nemechek. That'll go to Larry. Totally get it, man. Raja. Mark Martin. Carson Quapple. Pit Road, Daniel Hemrick. Silver. Yeah. I mean, I know they all have to approve their photos, but I'm wondering if they get any input as far as, well, I want this sponsor to be the one, you know? I'm assuming they probably do. Silver McDowell. Yeah, I think the one thing I do think when it comes to the checklist is, I think if people relax as far as if so Panini watches sales, especially on eBay. I am 100% aware that there are Panini reps who watch sales on eBay, and they use that as a gauge to the popularity of drivers and to the popularity of a product. And so what I'm getting at is, over the next couple of weeks, if everybody kind of relaxes on, you know, not driving prices sky high, and you know, nobody just tries to buy up every box that's known to man right off the bat, I look for the price of these boxes to come down. Purple Riley Herbst. Going to Andrew Haywood. 103 of 199. Yeah, for sure, Scott, for sure. Austin Dillon Sparks. Fire Suit. That'll go to Michael Clay. Think it's a terrible product. Steven hates it. Okay. Well, that's okay. Ryan Preece. Jeremy Clements. Christian Eckes. Orange. $43 of $49. That's going to go to JJ. Bubba Sensations. And Jimmy. Yeah, and I mean, the way I look at it is, you know, if you're a collector, like say, for example, say you're a Kyle Larson collector, right? Well, Kyle Larson's typically either the most expensive or one of the most expensive drivers in the product. And even if he doesn't have autographs, there's still some cool stuff to chase. And now you can get him at a break. Like, I've got him priced at $10. You can get Kyle Larson in 4 hobby boxes for $10. You're in $2.50 a box. So, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, is like, yeah, maybe there's less to chase, but you're also spending less, as far as the breaks are concerned. So, Frankie Muniz tricolor, that's nice. And we got another gold and Fuego. Kyle Busch, 7 out of 10. Second gold and Fuego. That's going to go to Stoney. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What's Brandon Jones priced at? I don't even remember. $3. Yeah. So, I mean, $3 to take a flyer on maybe a little something, that's so that's kind of what I was thinking is, man, it made it so much more affordable for a bunch of people. Let's swap out Tony B, and we'll do our double golds for a minute. Corey Day, rookie, trackside. I would like to get a Corey Day autograph because he's a sprint car guy. And you guys know I like sprint car guys, so that would be, I'm not probably going to start a new collection of him or anything, but would like to get an auto of his just to add it to the mix. Tricolor Bubba. Yeah, and I would, and the other thing I would suggest is don't get too upset right off the rip, because we still have 3 more releases that for 2025. Noah Gragson trackside. So, just because there's no Frankie Muniz autos in Select doesn't mean there won't be in Prism, or that there won't be in National Treasures, or that there won't be in Turn 4, or whatever it's being called. So, and honestly, I would just assume if I'm chasing a rookie auto, if I was chasing a rookie auto, I'd prefer to have an NT RPA over something else anyway. So if they're going to put rookie autos in something, I'd rather it be an NT. That's just me, though. Jamie McMurray, red. Going to Storm Ghost. 8701.25. Yeah, so Turn 4 they have priced at $300 pre-sale, and I had a rep reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to buy a case, and I told him no. I said, no, I don't. Not at $300 a box for 4 cards. I'm not interested. And he goes, are you kidding? And I said, no, I'm not kidding. At $300 a box for Turn 4 with 4 cards in it, I'm not interested. I said, that means you have to average $75 a card. And I said, and that's probably not going to happen. So I said, until I can see a checklist and know what we're getting, then no, I'm not interested. That's the same price as National Treasures for less cards. 66.99. Blake Harris. That's a sweet patch. That's sweet. Blake Harris going to Jared. course, he is the Alex Bowman crew chief. So got our first crew chief auto. That's a cool one. I'm assuming that that's going to be his material. Race worn used material and auto. Yeah, so it's going to be crew chief worn material, which is cool. That's really neat. SVG is a gold, Luke. That's a gold in Fuego to 10 that you hit. Next to the Kyle Busch gold in Fuego. William Byron. Matty D. Blue, Daniel Suarez. Like I said, I'm trying to go slow for everybody so that I'm not passing over things or, going so fast you can't see what's happening. 175 of 175 goes to Andrew Haywood. Sensations, Austin Hill. Kurt Busch. And Greg Biffle on the track side. So, Mark Martin, Carson Quapple, and Chandler Smith, tricolor. I like the tricolors. I think they're nice looking. Numbers, William Byron, and a filler. Frankie Muniz. Noah Gragson, silver. And 19 out of 25. Oh, that's sharp. I like that a lot. Greg Biffle. This is the Legendary Signatures set. And that's the tie-dye. That is nice looking. I like that a lot. That kind of reminds me of an old press pass design in a way. That's pretty bitchin', actually. Going to Luke. Very nice. Todd Gilliland. Barry, Schrader, Luke Fenhouse with the white. That'll go to Brian Kessler. $83 out of 99. Those whites are really sharp. And Fuego, Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Preece, Jeremy Clements, Cole Custer, silver. Kyle Larson, sensations. And Jeff Gordon, pit road. Got some select dust, just like Prism dust. Select has dust. I had to clean the table off right before the break because when the boxes came today, they sat them on our porch, and then I had like little pieces of grass and... Oh, I got another gold. Here we go. Buckle up, Buttercup. SVG gold again. You got to be kidding me. SVG Pit Road gold. 8 out of 10. Going to Luke. Double gold for SVG. Wowza. And that's why you don't need first off the line. Hence why it's not worth the money. Because you can still just kill it. Congrats, Luke. I'm going to move the Enfuego and put this one up there for a bit just to change it up. And then we've got a Sparks Chase Elliott tire going to Tim Mays. Yeah, the first off the lines were numbered to 13. So who needs those when you can get golds to 10, right? I try to do these very gently and not shove the card in there. Anthony Alfredo. Exactly. Oh, there we go. There's the NASCAR logo. Tony Breidinger NASCAR logo. That's cool. That's going to go to Tim Mays, and I really like that logo in the background. I don't know if you guys can see it very well or not. I'll try to get it close. That's nice. Very cool. Yeah, I'm told that you're probably going to see like 2 or 3 of these per case. So not a case hit, not necessarily an SSP. Probably a short print, though, maybe. That's super clean. I think I'll move the Kyle Busch and we'll put her back. She was on the stand earlier. We'll just move both Enfuegos since they've been up there for a while. SVG numbers. Alan Kulwicki. Weird that we got Alan Kulwicki and no Davey Allison in this product. I did find that very interesting. Justin Haley, tricolor. And then we got a red Enfuego, which just makes sense. Noah Gragson, red Enfuego, on fire. Noah goes to Scott Bastian, 40 out of 99. And Clint Boyer with the trackside. Austin Beers, AJ Allmendinger, and a lime green Clint Boyer. Going to JJ. I like the lime greens too. 74 of 75. White and lime green might be my 2 favorite colored parallels so far. Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch, tandems. And Raja Karuth. Todd Gilliland. It's been a good break for Tony Breidinger. Purple. $186 of $199. Enfuego Jimmy Johnson and Justin Allgaier. Last pack for box 3. Ricky Stenhouse, Jeff Gordon, Spencer Boyd, silver. Sensations, Ty Gibbs, and Austin Dillon. All right, last box for this break. Again, next break will be posted at 7 o'clock tonight. And we'll do the other 4 that are sitting here. And then tomorrow night, we'll do another 4-boxer with the remaining 4 boxes from this case that we started. So that'll get us through 1 case. And then going to take Friday off. I kind of already had plans Friday. And it'll give me a chance to get caught up on some things. Saturday, we'll do 2 breaks, actually. College football break. And then we'll do a half case of Select Saturday night. And then Sunday, we'll do the other half case from that same case on Sunday. So that's what's on the schedule. If you don't know where to find the schedule, just go to the group page under Featured, and it'll be right there. Ty freaking Gibbs, lime green, going to Michael Amundsen. Yeah, those are nice. 14 out of 75. And Fuego Riley, Jeremy Clements. Again, if you hit an auto or a relic in any of these breaks tonight, or for the foreseeable future with Select, shipping's going to be included. We're doing 2 breaks tonight. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure both of them are shipped tomorrow. I'm going to try to get them to you guys as quick as I can. So my plan is, as soon as we're done with the second break, I'll get that one sorted, packed, and I'll get them out of here tomorrow for everybody. 113 of 199. Luke goes to Brian. If I ship out tomorrow on Thursday, there'll be a few people that probably get them as quick as Saturday. And then everybody else will get them on probably Monday, most likely, depending on where you live. So I'm going to try to get them out to you as fast as I can. Silver Daniel Dye. The silvers are nice, and there's not a bunch of silvers. Like I said, I'll go through all the different stacks at the end to kind of show you guys the breakdown. Brent Cruz and Clint Boyer, Pit Roads. I think we have a color wheel. I believe we have a color wheel. I believe. Daniel Dye blue. We're going to set Daniel Dye down for a second. Oh, man. Connor Zilich color wheel. Going to Braxton. There we go. Congrats, Braxton. It only drives home my point further about the autos. $9 break spot. Gets a color wheel. Connor Zilich. Whoops, sorry. Trying to open this mag and hit the... But that only further drives my point home. Actually, we might have to go to the next size mag. I think we do. Stand by. Sometimes with mags, you got to size up. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Like a glove. Connor Zilic. Yeah, when I saw the W, Luke, I knew it was one of two guys, basically. That's killer. Congrats, Braxton. Daniel Dye goes to Sea Salt. 67/175. Caden Honeycutt. Boy, this pack feels really thin. There's only 4 cards in it, and I went right to it, so we're going to get to the card. Trackside Action Signatures, Tony Breidinger. Like I said, Tony has been on fire in this break. I like the design of these a ton. You guys know I'm a big proponent of driver and car, or in this case, truck, together. That's really nice looking. Going to Tim Mays. Very nice. Josh Berry, Schrader, and a red DW. Going to Steve. $29.01.25. Biffle, Clint Boyer, Greg Biffle, purple, goes to Luke. $46/85. Then we got an autograph memorabilia, 30/35, Cole Custer, blue. That goes to Will Black. Very nice, Will. SVG. Silver Ben Rhodes. Christopher Bell, Sensations. Austin Beers with the modified. That's interesting that they put the modified on a card. I find that very, very interesting. I don't recall anybody else. I'm sure there has been, but I don't recall anybody else having a modified on a card. Or on a card, I mean. Tyler Reddick, silver. Yeah, that's very interesting. Hocevar and the Dinger. Kurt Busch. Andres Perez. He looks different with his haircut. I'm so used to seeing him with that shaggy hair. That'll go to JJ. 99 of 199. Austin Dillon goes to Michael Clay with the Relic tire. Selective Swatches is the official name of that mem. It is race used. I think Donruss was the only product that they were doing the quote souvenir swatches in, so I don't think that's a thing in Select, to my knowledge. Another gold. I was just thinking, man, Andres Perez, gold, 4 out of 10. Andres Perez is going to go to JJ. I was just thinking, man, we could probably hit a fourth gold, 4 for 4 on boxes. I gotta say, that's pretty strong. To pull a gold out of every box, 4 in a row, like I'm here for that. I am here for it. Let's put Perez up there on the stand for a minute. Give him a chance to have some views on him. And Fuego, Carson Quapple, and Todd Gilliland. 2 packs left. Yeah, color wheel is going to be the same as like a Color Blast or those types of things, Braxton. It's definitely an SP. People like to use the term case hit. I try to avoid that phrase like the plague. Tricolor Austin Hill and Fuego Christopher Bell and Riley Herbst trackside. Last pack. But the Zillich is going to be the Color Wheel Zillich is a high-end card. That's for sure. And if you're not a Zillich fan, my advice would be flip that bad boy right away. I don't know that his market goes any higher than it already is. Tricolor Anthony Alfredo. I've been trying to tell people that, to get higher than where his market is currently, he's going to have to win multiple cup championships. You know what I mean? And that's going to be a long-term investment. But if you're a Zillich fan, then keep it and enjoy it, Corey Hyman Fuego Blue, 9 of 49. Going to Paul Wolf. I don't love the base and Fuego, but I do like the colored versions. Christian Rose trackside. Going to be sitting on your shelf. Attaboy. I like it. So that's it for the first break. And don't run off. I want to show you guys this, or at least give a chance to show you guys this. So this is the stack of Grandstand base. These are the numbers up to 100. Grandstand base, okay? Now stay with me for a second and I'll get you Pit Road. This is Pit Road. Far, far less in Pit Road, okay? And then when we step down to trackside, that's how many trackside we have. In 4 boxes, that's how many trackside cards we got. So, for set builders, these are going to be much, much tougher to find. And obviously going to take some time to get to. So, I don't know that that's going to translate to these being worth more. You would think so. It would make sense. But I just wanted to drive home that point for everybody to see visually. And of course, all cards are included. So let me hit you guys with a recap. And then I hope to see everybody back at 7 o'clock for the next one. We had a Tony Breidinger NASCAR parallel. And tie-dye Cole Custer out of 25. Relics were Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, and Ryan Vargas. And then autos, we had Cole Custer, blue Mem auto. The trackside action signatures, which I really like this design of these. That's really cool. Tony Breidinger. Big fan of this one, too. The Greg Biffle tie-dye legendary signatures. Just has that press pass sort of feel. Blake Harris patch auto. Tony Breidinger a second time. We did have a redemption for Joe Nemechek. Austin Cindric purple. William Sawalich blue. And then our gold run. We had Shane Van Gisbergen gold pit road. And Fuego Kyle Busch gold. Shane Van Gisbergen and Fuego gold. The fourth gold was Andres Perez. And the color wheel, Connor Zilisch. And that Zilisch is really, really nice. I don't think the camera does justice to how sharp that is. That's really, really nice. So, that's all we got for now. Again, next break will be posted at 7 o'clock. And as long as it's filled, which I expect it probably will be, the tentative plan is going to be 9:45 to break those tonight. Stick around for that. I'll set these down here so that we got all 4 of them ready to go for later. And we will see you guys next time.